Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Seed. Once again, we're in the kitchen here working with some milk. I'm going to make some cream cheese. So the first step is I had to ladle off some of the cream from my milk, and I'll link the video that I show you how to do that in the description below, okay? But I have 2 quarts of cream already here in my pot, and this should hold, I'm hoping, this is a double batch of cream cheese. So it'll hold 2 gallons plus 2 quarts, so that's 2.5 gallons. I believe this is a 3-gallon pot, so it might be pretty full, but that's okay. So over here I have my 2 gallons of milk. I'm gonna put the lid on each one and shake it up to get the cream all together that was left in there, and get it off of the side of the jar and go ahead and put it in my pot. All right, I think we're good. Yay! I haven't tried to do a double batch in this pot before, so I think we'll work. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I found this recipe online on YouTube, and I just wrote down the directions here at the bottom of my notebook. So eventually I'll make it nicer and print it out and put it in my book. But right here, I'm doing a double batch of 2 gallons of milk and 2 quarts of cream. We're gonna heat it up to 86 degrees. I have everything here all sterilized. I'm making a farmhouse cheddar also, which is a different video. I will leave the link in the description there. So we can just use the same spoon because it has the same ingredients, so it's not contaminating either cheese. So I'm just gonna slowly bring this up with a top to bottom motion here, just occasionally stirring so the bottom won't scorch. So I'll put this on my 2, which is a medium low, and we'll slowly bring this to 86 degrees. All right, guys, this milk has come up to 86 degrees. It took about 20 minutes or so. I actually turned the pot off for a quick second. I had to go move my horses around and give my cow some more hay. She likes that and some water. So this came to 86 degrees. So what we would do now is add in our culture. This uses a mesophilic culture, which is, it works at a lower temperature. So what I do is I make a mother culture because I make a lot of cheese and a lot that uses the mesophilic culture. So I do a mother culture every so often, and just 1 cube of this, it's about 2 tablespoons of the mother culture, will inoculate 2 gallons of milk. So I just plop it right in there, and I'll let it sit for just a little bit to let it start melting. But if you don't do a mother culture, which that's perfectly fine, just use your freeze-dried culture and just sprinkle it over the top, however much the recipe says. This one is 1/8 of a teaspoon for a single batch, so it would be a 1/4 teaspoon for a double batch. And then let it rehydrate for about 5 minutes, and then gently stir it in top to bottom. So top to bottom motion, basically this is the cheese stir. You go from the bottom of the pot to the top and just gently stir it like this. And this has a lot of cream in it too, so I want to do some top bottom stirring like this, which pushes the cream to the bottom and it mixes all in with the culture. All right, so I stirred for a little bit, just until the ice cube with the culture melted. If you use a freeze-dried culture, just go ahead and stir for about a minute or so, 2 minutes, until you think that it's adequately stirred in. And then you don't have to add this because I'm actually working with raw milk, but it calls for calcium chloride. So I just add that straight in. You can use the liquid form, or I use the, it's like a granulated type thing. It just helps set a better curd. Even though I'm using raw milk, I don't have to use it, but it doesn't hurt anything, and it puts more calcium into your milk. So you stir this in with a top to bottom motion until you think it's adequately included in all of your milk. And then the next we add rennet. This is the calcium chloride that I use right here. I just bought it on Amazon. You can use a liquid form that looks kind of like this. This is the rennet, so you want to mix that, dilute it in a 1/4 cup of cool, non-chlorinated water. I have well water, so mine is naturally unchlorinated. And this calls for 2 drops of rennet. So I don't even need my measuring spoons. Okay, so we just build up a drop, 1, 2. That may have been another half a little one went in. That's fine. And then we just want to stir it in. And then we'll add this and stir for no longer for a minute. This is what sets your curd right here. So we want to go ahead and add this and then stir it in for no longer than a minute. It's better if you're stirring while you add it, but I'm doing this one-handed while I video, so. I usually just count to 30 in my head, and then that's good enough. All right, you want to make sure it's still when you're finished stirring. I like to leave my spoon in there just for a second. All right, guys, here it is, just a little bit more than 24 hours later, and I'm ready to ladle it into a cheesecloth right here. I think I might end up doing it in two cheesecloths separately since this is a double batch. It might be a little heavy. So I'm just going to use a slotted spoon and just take it in layers. And just scoop it gently into my cheesecloth. You can see the layer of cream at the top there. It's a different color. See right here, this is the cream, and then that's the milk part of it. All right, so this is what I came up with so far. Of course, you know, I made a mess. Thought I'd be really cool and just dump the rest of the pot into the last one. Don't do that. Just ladle it out nice and slowly and take your time. That's why this one's pouring quite a bit here. So I'll just check on these a little bit later and empty the containers as I need to, and you can kind of just come around and squeeze it a little bit. That'll make it drain a little bit quicker, and I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow evening in 24 hours once again. All right, guys, here's the final result 24 hours later after hanging. I did this morning flip them over. I did not salt them because I figured it would kind of make more of a mess than anything else. So here's the cream cheese. You can see it's nice and creamy and soft. If you want like a whipped cream cheese, like to spread on your bagel or whatever, you can just, you know, beat it with a mixer or a hand mixer. So I'm going to actually put these back together and mix them because one had the top cream line and stuff on there, and I want to make sure that's interspersed. So I'm going to use half of this as just regular cream cheese, and the other half I'm going to make into like a melty American Velveeta type cheese. It's fantastic, like macaroni and cheese, or to like drizzle on top of nachos. All right, guys, so here's how I make cream cheese. Y'all should give it a shot. Thanks for watching.